Uh, te- testing. Testing. Uh, testing. Uh, 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 So I'm starting these PowerPoint videos where I'm gonna teach stuff that I put together in my PowerPoint. I have right now four PowerPoints, and sorry about the audio issues, but this one is everything you need to know about cardio. Um, I've been doing cardio since I was 7. I've done pretty much every type of cardio. Um, and this is only going on my YouTube. So if you watch my other platforms, this isn't gonna be there. Um, Now I was formerly very fast, but I have a lot of injuries. Now let's get started. So cardio is often mistaken for um, things that aren't cardio. So anything at your highest intensity output is gonna make you sweat. So people doing boxing or even swimming or sports, that's not cardio. That's not real cardio. So real cardio will get you to sweat even if you're only at like a third or half of your max speed. The reason it'll still get you to sweat is because it's not working your muscles, it's training your heart. So you might be strong enough to sprint up a flight of stairs, a staircase, but just walking one step at a time slowly will get most people to sweat. Like if they do stair climbing for like a minute or 2 minutes. Um, Here I'm saying that you should do step aerobics, then stair climbing, and you want it to be at the knee height. So stair climbing machines don't go that high. Um, Stair climbing machines have a speed adjustment setting. So, but I would do both, and then after you can do it an hour without sweating or longer, you never sweat from the step aerobics or stair climbing. Then you want to do one-legged running. And one-legged running is gonna make you a lot more explosive. There's lots of cardio for reps. So you want to jump on one leg, up, back down, and back up from back down immediately without pause. Ankle weights are not required, but if you want, you can get some 5 or 10 pound ankle weights. I would not use heavier than 10 pound ankle weights unless you weigh a lot or you're really strong. So, like if you're 6'4" and you weigh twice as much as I weigh, then maybe you want to use 20 pound ankle weights. But for most people, once you get good enough to use heavier ankle weights, there's better options to improve. So for your leg strength, you need to be able to do one-legged squats. You need to train your quads and hip flexors, your calves, and your hamstrings. And I would not run on 2 legs because that's too easy and it's not real cardio because you have to run as fast as you can or fast for a long time to start sweating. So if you're overweight, then yes, I would do 2-legged running, but I would not do one-legged running if I was overweight because you're not going to be able to. For ballistics, so this is a type of power training, strength and speed combined. You want to jump on onto something, and with ballistics you only do the going up. You only do the concentric range of motion, not the eccentric. So when you land, you don't continue. The whole thing with cardio for reps jumping back up from back down immediately without pause, that is not true ballistics. So I'm not only advocating for ballistics, but I'm also suggesting cardio for reps, which is weighted if you do it weighted, but it's not ballistics. It's just regular power training. It's power training, but it gets harder when you're jumping back up from back down immediately without pause. And with ballistics, you only do 4 reps at the most each time, so that your body doesn't get accustomed to the minimum amount of force required. Also for upper body cardio and ballistics, you can do punches with resistance bands. Ballistics isn't cardio, but some types of ballistics can be a form of improving your heart endurance. You can do uh, um, these upper body power exercises where you're like in a push-up position, the top of a push-up, and you go down, you explode up, you land onto a bench stepper with the palms of your hands, and you go back down, back up. Now, neuromuscular training is very very limited. You cannot do this all the time. Same with the hops. Those doing more will not necessarily improve your speed. Neuromuscular training is done in combination with everything else. So training your nerves will not make you stronger if you've never strength trained. So in bent limb positions, you don't want to get sore, but you'll strain like standing up from a chair on one leg with added weight, and you can do bent arm leg positions. I don't know if this saved everything I wrote. It might not have. Yeah, this might have deleted some stuff. But anyway, for your tendons, you want to strain with resistance bands in a bent arm leg position, and use a static hold, so an isometric hold, or on the floor, non-resistance bands, and not pulling up because that can give you nerve damage. So you're straining, pushing down, and if you can't keep pushing, you'll fall down. But do not do negative repetitions of pull-ups. Don't stand on a chair, jump up, and then let yourself down slowly. That's not good training. So non-heart muscular endurance, the rep range as your max, I put it to be around 61 to 76 reps. So that's for body weight moves. And I would not train endurance with weights for your legs because what that might do is it might end up building you muscle and not endurance. With bodyweight moves, they have a much higher max rep range for endurance, non-hard endurance. For strength 4 to 5 reps as your max. It could be 3, it could be 6, 7, but try 4 to 5 reps, and that's for weight and body weight moves. And you want to do weighted body weight moves, weighted isometric holds, strains. You do need to test your max from time to time. For pressing moves, you can do the eccentric, but not pulling, only pressing moves. And when you do strength training for your legs, it should be the full range of motion. It can be the bottom for isometrics, but isometrics will work in a lengthened or contracted position, so the bottom or the top, whatever. So your upper body and core. So punching, you want to twist your arm and hand like you're pouring a drink as you throw the punch. And you want to train your core, so things like your psoas, your lower back, your serratus. You want to do sit-ups, then dragonflies, then heavy weighted sit-ups. For your lower back, you have to stretch it real good because it's prone to injury. I would do weighted Aquaman. For your deep inner back muscles and tendons for 5 seconds on the way up and 5 seconds on the way down. Doing the Aquaman. Any moves that I say that you don't know, you can look up. These are common moves. For deceleration, so this is a type of ballistics. It's not the opposite. I should change that in the title. But you would stomp, or do weighted punches and kicks to the movements, and then pause. Your swinging, all of that stuff. So for non-hard endurance, speed training, you want to do lung capacity training. So the rib stretch breath holding is where you arch everything back and hold your breath. You want to keep your throat moist, and you want to hold your breath. It doesn't say this here, but you want to hold your breath loosely, gently, so that you can hold it longer. Because anyone, even if they're not able to hold their breath that long, if you hold it as loose and gently as possible, you'll get at least 2 or 3 minutes. But a lot of people hold their breath like 2 minutes, less than a minute, and they're really straining to create this tight, strong vacuum in their lungs and throat and mouth and nose, and you don't want to do that. That is bad for your duration. It'll make you stronger, but it's not very good to do it all the time. So if you've already done long capacity training, and you hold a long time either way, then that's fine. But if you're new, what I would do is get like a bowl of water and put your face in it every time you hold your breath. Like that won't have rib stretch because you'll be leaning forward, but you could do that. Um, but rib stretch is important. It trains your diaphragm. Um, so without amps, amps are things like leaning forward while you're running on the balls with your feet and toes, pressing forward. Um, you want to train your toes, so take care of your toes. Um, one-legged cardio, uh, and swinging your arms in a different way. Um, Friction is something that I don't think anyone but me has done, but I don't do it often anymore. But friction training is very good. I would do that. Now for this speed, for whatever reason, when I try to connect this, it doesn't let me. Let's see. It doesn't let me. But you need a 5 times body weight squat, preferably. Um, One-legged cardio, it has to be easy. Um, this isn't just like all the time though. This is like the max for you. So, this would be if you're like well fed, all stretched out, good shoes, good socks. You need lean muscle mass for this. Um, you cannot use the fast twitch muscle fibers because they're weaker. They're more explosive, but they're weaker. So, you need to be light, and your one-legged hop, casual hop forward, should be around 8 to 9 feet. This is the minimum that is the max speed anyone can reach, is around 400 miles per hour. At this point, you're squatting over 10 times your body weight on 2 legs. Your heart is at a very good level beyond where my heart endurance is right now. You're most likely able to run fast without sweating. And ballistics, you have to do a lot of that. You want to be able to accelerate fast instantly from stillness. And you should be able to do no hands push-ups, which you can look up, and run really fast on one leg. So that was this video. Uh, I think wanna I wanna address that. So there's a lot more I could put into these slides, but um, basically, uh, for you to um be fast, um, do not run outside do not play sports, do not do like elliptical, swimming. What I would do is I would um, do a lot of uh, it only takes about 20 times to do master step aerobics and stair climbing, 20 to 30 workouts to master both. So I would do step ups and I would do stair climbing. Stair climbing is harder than step aerobics mostly. Even if you can do step aerobics really well, stair climbing is harder. And on the stair climber, you need to be using the max speed. And you do one-legged hopping, you shift your weight to that side. Um, and you want to be doing you want to be doing you lose 25% of the harder you gain in the past several months for 1 to 2 weeks of not doing hard endurance training. So once you get whenever you improve your hard endurance, you have to maintain it, otherwise you'll lose it. So now then cardio for reps is post activation potentiation. So it's putting on weights, doing workout, and check off the weights and if you like it. So if you don't want to do that, do it with just body weight. So do not do weighted ballistics. Just do regular powerlifting cardio for reps. And what I would do is when you finally get faster, you're stronger, when you need more weight, um, let's say you can do no hands push-ups at one leg, which no one has ever done, but if you could, what I would do then is I would, I would do it weighted, but if I couldn't get enough added weight, what you can do is, if you get that strong, um, you can, because here's the thing, you have to be able to hold the added weight. So that's the only concern, and it can't be amp weight. So, what you could do is, if you reach like over, like so you reach several hundred miles per hour line speed, what you could do is, you could, uh, you could probably, you could probably, do like, uh, uh, I know. You could do no hands push-ups with added weight and do it explosively. So jump up on one leg in the bottom of the no hands push-up position, and then like on something higher, something lower, back up. So the back up from back down immediately without pause comes to handy. But this was my first video like this, so I have 3 more slideshows. So after this, I'm gonna stop this recording right now and go live again. I just have to switch the thumbnail. And I'm liking these videos. You're welcome to join me while I'm live. It'll only be like a short time, like not a whole hour, but like this one I spent 31 minutes something on it. So about like 30 to 40 minutes for each one. Um, and I might go longer, but and this is not um some source. This is my own slideshow that I made the other day. I have more. So we had hard endurance, leg strength, relaxational muscular training, tendon strength training, non-hard muscular endurance, so elevation. I feel that I've covered most of the information. If you're wondering why I said don't do bike, elliptical, treadmill, swimming, this is idealistic. If you don't want to be fast, you're trying to burn calories, then elliptical. But like I said, anything that is hard because you're doing it hard is not real cardio. Um, Anything that is hard that is doing hard weights too. If 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 like you don't have to lift the heaviest weight to build muscle. Um, there's less metrics and so things, but that'll be in a different video. Um, and my speed now is around 30 to 40 something miles per hour, depending on the different factors, my shoes, my socks, how well rested I am, if I'm stretched out, if I'm sore, if I am indoors or outside, the wind. Um, Running outdoors on the track is about twice as hard as running on a treadmill. So you have the wind, the surface of the track, and um, but uh, if you have anything you want me to cover that you think I can teach, you can leave in the comments a comment telling me what you want me to teach. Um, and another thing is hard endurance is endurance. So the heart doesn't have strength. Um, there's no cardiovascular strength. Um, your heart doesn't grow bigger and build muscle and density. So, um, technically you can just keep doing cardio and keep improving. Just make it harder. Um, and um, you don't want to do like uh sports. Sports will not get you stronger faster. I wouldn't do swimming or anything. Um, Usain Bolt, which was 400 pounds, I think. So, if you're aspiring to be like Usain Bolt or any other athlete, they're not into fitness. So Usain Bolt benches like 300 something pounds. Mainly, it's better at the upper body. Um, yeah, Usain Bolt actually is very weak um, compared to a lot of guys. It's just a lot of guys who can squat a lot don't have like any heart endurance. And if you've watched this video up until this point, and you're like, who is this guy, and whatever, um, it does say in the title of this video that I used to run at 112 miles per hour. That was the high bar maximum for my max speed. It's an estimate. I don't know for sure that that's the exact speed, but um, I was 3 to 4 times faster and stronger than I am now. So um, I was very strong. Uh, Not in the sense that I was big, lifting a lot of weight. I could that it is true about me, but at the time, I was able to jump across the whole room on one leg from standing still, um, like 15 feet. So, uh, in my prime, um, which was about 6 years ago, a little over 6 years ago, and I was 19 at the time. Um, I, uh, I believe that it only takes someone about maybe, someone with newbie gains, new to fitness, that was extra weight, probably about a year. Give them a year. They could reach what I did. Um, and I weighed 135 pounds. I was 5'3". Now I'm 5'4". I grew. But I was 19, 135 pounds, um, 5'3", and I was that fast. So, um, like a kid, or like a 10-year-old could run at like 18 miles per hour on the treadmill for a split second. Like, if it's only for a split second, then yeah, like, Usain Bolt is just trash. Like, he's tiny bit faster than Justin Gatlin. Every split second counts in the Olympics. Which I don't agree with. I think it should be relative. So if Usain Bolt ran like 5% faster than the eighth place guy, he should only get 5% more money. Like they also but Usain Bolt is fucking tall. And he has scoliosis. His spine hurts. So if he didn't have that, he'd be like 6'7". Um, there was a guy I met who was 7 feet 6 inches tall, and he ran pretty fast, but I got faster than him. Um, but if you imagine uh, my one can quad jump again, 15 feet. So by the time I get momentum, every stride is like 30 or 40 feet. Um, so like if 100 meters is like 133 feet, and 100 meters I probably would run in like 2 or 3 seconds. Like like maybe 3 seconds faster. But when when you do uh cardio, cardio is speed. Your heart endurance improves your limb movement speed. So you don't want to you don't want to only do heart endurance training. So let's say I double my heart endurance in like a month. That is the multiplier. Your strength is also a multiplier. Um, However, if you only improve your strength, only double your strength, it will not double your running speed. So you could double both or double one, but only your heart endurance will double directly, no matter the strength or whatever. Same with ballistics power. So power and strength and speed combined. So if you only improve your strength and not your speed, it will not double your power. Power, what exactly power is if I throw something or I kick something, punch something. Um, Power is different from strength. It's strength and speed. So if I throw a lightweight object, then that requires strength and speed. But speed comes from strength, but speed also comes from heart endurance. So and if you do this right now, you go do the upper aerobics, train your legs, do ballistics, train your legs, train your tendons, your endurance, all this. If you go to draw this right now, you will get faster than me because I'm injured. I have I have I have toe nerve damage in 6 of my toes, and I lost all my blood and muscle in an injury I had. So if you don't do this training, even if you're overweight, you're out of shape, you're old, anyone can do this. I guess you don't even need to be skinny or the strongest. Um, if 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 you keep doing what you've been doing, and you're not gonna get fat. Um, it's hard for me to teach people because um people have no motivation, they have no discipline, and they're ignorant of the truth. Um, I can tell you that um, if you're doing bike, stationary bicycling, um, if I am on a bike right now, I'm biking, and I press down the pedal, I should lift up. When the bike is set to high resistance, if if, if you're doing a stationary bike and you're building up so that you don't go up, like if I'm pressing down the pedal, I should go up. It should lift my butt off the seat and I fly up. If you weigh 200 pounds and you squat like 315, then your legs are weak. Like, um, and you should have to press up so that to counteract the force of you pressing down with your feet, that's gonna lift you up. So, like, no bike is right. Because even if the bike goes through higher resistance, that means I have to literally use my front delts and biceps and hands and forearms to lift myself back down. Um, like, that just means you can't do one-legged squats. Like, that's all it means. Um, and there are much harder things that I've done the one-legged squats. I never reached the point where I could do a no-hand push-up. I never reached that point. But, that's mainly goes. So, now, when you, uh, when you, cardio is not, about, uh, just your legs, so, with your arms, you can do rowing, you can do, boxing, um, but, with, with cardio, if you were to run every week, um, at your max speed and you got sore, you would get faster, but um, uh, you will get sore. So, um, running, is something that you like. Like, let's say I've been outside every week. Um, I might get a little bit faster, but Olympic athletes run all the time, and they never get faster. Barely. Like, the difference between like them and other athletes and average people is very small. Um, but the difference in their leg strength is significant. Usain Bolt squats 400 pounds, um, and some people squat like 200 something pounds. So it's what I would do if uh, if I wanted to improve my running endurance, um, your running endurance is is improve from vertical cardio, less from horizontal cardio. So horizontal cardio is more for strength. So vertical cardio like plyometrics, the jumping stuff, which is regular jumping up and down, non-stop, all of that will improve your heart endurance. If if you um if you run a mile, uh, you know how many people run a mile, and their time like doesn't go less than much. So the only benefit of running a mile outside is that you get used to the terrain. But acting easily be alleviated by having to choose and good stuff. So,